Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely upon looking at a lot of you. Guys, then we're going to start now.
Good.
First of all, I've got a lot to say on this film. Because all I ever tell you is that a film is like a human being. It's got a beginning, a middle, an end, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, the film itself, the film print itself. The reason why, the capitalistic reason why the film was made by the studio, who saw it as a way to get money to make more. Okay, don't mind me, excuse me. My name is John Carpenter, and I am a nationally known film historian at home. This isn't one of them, but I chose this film to show. Now, as you know, I've spent my entire life researching and going into film history, which brought me into actually obtaining like an archaeological, a filmic archaeological Indiana Jones by actually finding these prints and knowing of these prints and knowing what films that are so unknown, yet they're worthwhile showing to you and keeping alive in front of an audience. So keeping the availability going is really what I want, because these films, the creativity and the genius behind them really is amazing, especially if you know what human instincts, what aspects of humanity from the human beings who created this film were all about. So here we go. Now really, I want to let you know, now how many of you remember back to 2020? And you're all not drunk or too old to remember that. You remember that?
Yes.
Well, you should be very proud, because I am, in 2020, a certain film, Lightning Strikes Twice, with the short Hot Money, I originally scheduled and booked to show here at the Levittown Public Library. COVID came out. That was 3 years ago.
Yep.
The library was closed. This film program was shut down. But it's 2023. We're back. And pardon me?
Hallelujah.
There you go. And we're back, and I'm back with this film. So again, we're going to give it a shot. I just hope to God I'm not jinxing this library by showing this film again. But so far, so good. Anyhow, this film is Lightning Strikes Twice. Why is it important? The main reason why this film is important, aside from the fact that I really want to start this new year off with tons of laughter, tons of happiness and comedy. This is a great surreal comedy murder mystery with a cast. Now, the main star of this film, which really isn't the main star in the film, but the name, Thelma Todd. Are any of you familiar with Thelma Todd?
I was once engaged to her.
Does that girl next to you know that?
Yes, he told me.
Oh, see, what a man! What a man!
It's once. I'm starting another life now.
You see, I look at him and I say, "What? A man?" And so, listen. The jokes you're not paying for, so you're not going to get the good material.
This is the comedy hour.
All right, here we go. Now, Thelma Todd. This film was made in 1934. The very next year, Thelma Todd, the comedian's comedian, the best female comedian in Hollywood, she was killed somehow. That's one of the things we're going to talk about today. We're going to try to put this mystery out to be solved by you guys. I know you've all brought your Sherlock Holmes pipes and glasses and all that. But she was killed. Now, why was she killed? The murder case has never been solved. The death of Buster Keaton cast her as his sequel, his opposite. Buster Keaton, the Marx Brothers. I don't know if you know the film Horse Feathers. Groucho's in the canoe paddling and singing. Everyone says I love you. The goose and the gander and the gosling too. The duck upon the water when he takes a look at you says I love you. He does it to Thelma Todd. Now Buster Keaton, Charlie Chase, Laurel and Hardy, they all use Thelma Todd as their equal. This was a great, great comedian, but she was being inspired by a director, Roland West, because she was so gorgeous, as you will see, to go into drama. He cast her in a drama named Corsair with Chester Morris, and even changed her name, the power he had over her, that he changed her name to Allison. The film was a one-shot deal, but Thelma, she was from the Midwest, she was a school teacher, she had a tendency to get very heavy, of which Hal Roach, the comedy producer of Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chase, and the Rascals, he put a potato clause in her contract. She was not allowed to get fat, of which she tended to do. But Thelma Todd, and Greg will love this because he always loves when I say the seedier side of these films and people. She had a tendency to like the bad boys, so she started dating one of Lucky Luciano's men, a guy named Pat DiCicco. That's the only notes I have. And so they wanted to use her little coffee shop that she had on the side as a gambling front. Now, here's where the mystery happens. Now, who killed Thelma Todd? Someone bopped her on there when she reneged that's the one main thing. There's two real reasons why she could have been killed by two people. Now, she was the mistress to Roland West, the kind of hunchback movie director who was married. He didn't like that she was cheating with Pat DiCicco, the gangster. The gangster was involved with Lucky Luciano. Lucky Luciano wanted to make her restaurant be a gambling front. She reneged on that. Now, could Lucky Luciano's men have bopped her on the head, knocked her out, put her in her garage in the car, and turned the ignition on, of which she died of asphyxiation? Did Ron Goldman get into the picture and kill her?
Whoa.
So,
Goldfarb.
Goldfarb, sorry. See, I use your other name that you're under.
My alias.
There you go. Now, or was it the movie director Roland West who was having an affair with this gorgeous Thelma Todd and was married? We don't know. Now, but you're going to see Thelma in a very different kind of role, because this kind of film no one would ever want to show. They would see her, they'd want to show her as a slapstick comedy queen. In this film, she's working on her beauty to be the very kind of lame, drab fiancé to the male lead. But Pert Kelton and Walter Catlett liven up this total murder mystery comedy as best they do. Now, Pert Kelton, she was an up-and-coming communist. So that's one other sort of thing that we used to look at. And the film before that I wanted to show is to show Thelma in a more comedy way, because Hal Roach was always trying to make another Laurel and Hardy. So he created the Little Rascals, he created Charlie Chase, but he wanted to create another Laurel and Hardy as a big, big success as they were. So he teamed Thelma Todd with ZaSu Pitts. That series ended after a while. And then ZaSu Pitts was replaced with butch lesbian Patsy Kelly. Now, I say all these things and I'm not just saying them out of guesswork. Greg Tupkis over there loves when I get sordid. So that's why. And then he goes home to his wife. Oh, John says such horrible things. Oh, and so isn't it great how I just bring in all this film family knowledge I have out to all of you? Now you'll love this. I think you really will like what I did with this. You're going to see the short first called Hot Money, made by the True Real Company of Hal Roach Productions, where they were a female Laurel and Hardy, Thelma and Patsy Kelly. Then you're going to see the RKO feature that the very next year, Thelma would be dead by doing. So I hope you enjoy this, and the next show I show here will be The Girl from Jones Beach, kind of typical of show in Long Island, right? And that's with Ronald Reagan, Eddie Bracken, and the very voluptuous Virginia Mayo. And I think you'll like that. And since the film, I always like to make it a neighborhood movie house experience. So with the featured The Girl from Jones Beach, I'm going to have Betty Boop's Lifeguard cartoon. So I think you really enjoy it. I'm doing a show in Amityville, and that's about the Depression, but we can get to that some other time. I hope you all enjoy it, and God bless each one of you for coming in this loving old film, and just realizing these films should not be shoved away in a vault. They should be out to remind all of us that these are the films that really made this industry in this country be the biggest we have, and that other countries view us through these films. So I thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Mr. Carpenter, I wonder where you were. Oh, Mr. Carpenter, I have a big job for you.
John, who was John?
And I want you to tell the carpenter. A carpenter. Ah, never mind. Oh, Mr. Carpenter, I wonder where you were. Oh, Mr. Carpenter, I have a big job for you.
I guess that's me.
You're wearing his clothes.